We are heading back to B Division, and this time Street Force are back, but this time they had to go up against defending champions, the Lock Monsters. Welcome to the RSHL, Daniel Wilson here. Both Street Force and Lock Monsters have been undefeated so far, but that's about the end for one of these teams, and Lock Monsters are a force to be reckoned with. But now they are going to be without Matthew Picard. Instead, a name we haven't heard in quite a while, Harley Hankinson, former goaltender for the Bulldogs, and now is joining the Lock Monsters to help out on their defense. For the Street Force, goaltending change over there as well. They're now putting in Jeremy Swafford in place of Greg Berlanti, who will now move in as a runner on the floor. Let's break it down for each of the teams. Like I said, with Street Force, undefeated team so far, 3-0. It was rearranging of the roster. The player I want to keep an eye on this time is Justin Viverito. He is one of the most dangerous scorers of the B League and has been helping this team out quite a lot. As I mentioned before, strengths communication. You can listen for them to give directions to each other along the floor. They have improved in their defense, but tends to be a little bit hot-headed, as evidenced a couple weeks ago. So we'll see if they can keep their emotions in check. For the Lock Monsters, the player I want to keep an eye on, Kevin Ebner. He's not been with the league for too long, but he has made a big impact, scoring quite a bit of points, and especially helping them to their first championship in 5 years. The strengths, well, what can I say? There's so many that I could list. So they are just pretty much almost unstoppable at this point. But there is one weakness I had to point out. I'd say improve on shot selection. A lot of them has been getting blocked or they miss the net. At least try to hit the net, but that hasn't stopped them, so we'll see. All right, the ball drop is about to start, so let's get to the floor. It's coming up next. The officials for this game, Paul Pelka on the boards and Chris Lunds at center. Hold on, guys. Ball. Pull up. Ball. Who are you getting? I got center. Okay. And we are underway back into B Division. Street Force against defending champions, Lock Monsters. And the Street Force have a little trouble getting out of the zone. Sent up by DiGiacomo and hunted down by Ryan Coyne. And now will be sent over to Machikas. Shot and a save by Swafford. That shot coming from Paul Peterson. Dropped off by DiGiacomo. Peterson returns it to DiGiacomo. Vessa with a shot. It's gloved down by Parlanti. And decides the button hook, trying to shake off Meister. Going the other way is Brian McLaren. Trying to get through center, unable to. McLaren has to try again. Having a little trouble finding the ball, but manages to retain possession. Get across the line and sent back. And try to decide who's going to pass it along. And Parlanti gets it across. It'll be down the left end boards. And that will be picked up and sent along center to DiGiacomo. Swafford lobbed it. It went off his stick awkwardly. And now DiGiacomo the shot backhand. And I think that got a piece of Swafford. And they're going to clear it out. And it's going to reach Hankinson. That'll cancel out the icing. Frost holds up as they're in the middle of a change, sends it across the floor over to Grayson Bell, and that'll be gloved down by Swafford.
Hey ref, if you see a screw somewhere, can you let me know? It's on my helmet.
You got screwless? Oh no.
Lockmonsters win this draw. Up in the air for possession, sent it across as he stumbles across, and that's going to give a chance for Greg Shepard and a glove save by Hankinson. Hadn't seen him in action for quite a while, but he is still making all the stops. Still up in the air for possession, and the Lockmonsters try to send it out, unable. Holds up in a shot, now releases it, and it went off a body, and it's playing pinball, and it will be sent out, intended for Ebner. What's going to be a race between Ayers and Caruso. Caruso centers it up, unable to connect on the pass. Off the other way we go. This time it's Donald Shaven, sends it across. Tries a return pass, and that's going to go to Shepard. Centers it for Martinez, gets blocked by Caruso. And we'll clear it out. Ayers has to send it out, and Caruso unable to stop the clear. And we'll go to Frost as he'll make a line change. And he'll chip it in and finish the change. And Ayers cut off by Meister, decides to go behind the net, and tries to draw a trip. No call from the officials, they didn't buy it. And a shot stick save by Swafford. Sends it back. Looks for a shot that got blocked on the way by Russell. Up in the air, glove down, and a penalty, I think, or is it going to be a hand pass? See what the official call is. And looks like the official call is a hand pass, so it will be sent back into the Lockmonster zone. Off the draw, and it'll be out of play. And did it go off the stick of Machikas? No, they're going to keep it inside the offensive zone. And the Lockmonsters try to get across. Good job by Perlanti to keep it in. Racing into the half-end boards. Still up in the air for possession. Trip Carter holding on, trying to fight off Joey Murphy. Is going to go into the inboards. Carter tries to go behind the net. Oh, it would have been a great chance, but unfortunately the wrong jersey. Into the opposite corner. Race down, Parlanti tries to get there, gets tied up. Looking for some help. Parlanti trying to shake off the defender. And will try to clear it out, but gets double teamed. Centers it up, shot. Oh, that one nearly got through. I don't know how that didn't get through, because Swafford was not in a very good position. Here's Ryan Coyne. Sends it along to Machikas. And has trouble holding on. Now decides to send it over to Shaven. Long shot, score! All the way from the line, Shaven scores first for the Street Force.
Well done. Push it up, Ryan. Let it rip, baby. Let it rip.
Donald Shaven all the way from the line. Assist going to Alex Amachikas. Along the line, Hankinson goes out to play. Could have dropped it off to Martinez, but decides to send it over, and Vesa takes control. Sends it along. And it's going to be a 2-on-1. That's Kevin Ebner. Looks for one. And just about got in the way of Swafford, but the shot didn't get through. Shot goes wide. Frost tries a shot from the boards, and that one hit the ceiling, and this one is going to go where? It's going to stay inside Street Force territory. Frost trying to look for a shot, gets interrupted, has to send it over to DiGiacomo. Close-up shot by Vesa and can't get it through. Shaben sends it back over to Shepard. That's the look for a way around Wallowender. Now tries to cross over to Russell, and a shot is saved by Hankinson. Into the opposite corner, Vesa takes control, has Shepard on top of him. Now Shepard takes control, looks for a shot, stick saved by Hankinson, and he covers. Lock Monsters win this face-off. And we sent around over to Peterson, looking for a way around. Now goes over to Caruso off the boards. And now Meister trying to break through, has to get around Shaven, but Shaven gets in front, cuts him off. Good defensive play. And try to connect over to Murphy, but it's going to be sent back into their own zone as Peterson with control. Sends it over to Caruso through the center line. Now drops it off. Back over, I'm sorry, that's Meister. And now Meister sends it back, and Joey Murphy got tied up a bit, and now that's Caruso. And has to look for a way around. Sides carry to the slot, and it goes just wide. Coyne tries to clear, unable. Murphy with a shot, and Wofford has to hold on for the whistle. Still up in the air for control. Now it's going to be Street Force. Coyne recovers, but it's sent back, and the Lock Monsters have to tag up Parlanti with control. Now decides to dump. Here's Wallowender. Chips it off the boards. And now it is going to be Grayson Bell with control, but has to get around Ryan Coyne. Parlanti takes it away with 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Machikas takes a little shove from Frost, and it'll be down the boards. Ebner holding on, waiting to reset. Off the boards, intended that one, but it looks like it was intended for Grayson Bell.
You go, Coyne. Let's go, baby.
And Coyne tries to get through, unable to, and the Lock Monsters start again. Trying to make it a 3-on-2. Bell holding on, trying to shake off Parlanti on the board. Still looking to get around, centers it up, intercepted by McLaren. McLaren will carry it himself through center, and has to get around a couple of blue jerseys, but it can be sent back to Shaben. And Shaben trying to shake off Caruso, gets his stick lifted, and tries to get it through. Good job by Caruso to keep it in. But Shaven is going to dump it back in, and Wallowender will get control as they get a line change. Now decide to chip in. Shaven sends it over to Ayers. And it's going to be a Machikas. Has to look her way around Frost, but ends up giving it away, and they're going to chip it in. And that would happen to be Brian McDougall, but Shaven is going to get there first. Machikas with control. Now try to send it out. He does manage to clear the line. Machikas now has to send it back. Ayers gave it away to Meister. Backhand intercepted by Shaven. It will be sent around to the corner and out of play unintentionally. And this should be staying inside Street Force territory. Yep, it's going to go in the opposite corner. And good job to clear it out as they'll race it down. Hankinson decides to play it off the screen, and it ends up going out of play. Now, normally in the NHL, that would be a delay of game, but it's either it goes in, stays in, or it goes out of play. It's not something that they can't really control. And the Lock Monsters win this one. Ebner tries to clear, and it's going to be sent in by Tripp. And along the boards. And DiGiacomo with a breakaway. Looking for a shot. And score! Swafford had a piece of it, but it goes in. Tie game.
Hey, roll the tape back. He's outside by a foot. He's outside by a foot. Roll the camera. Roll the camera. Okay. Stop clock.
Yeah, the Street Force thought he was offside, but we'll look at the replay, but there's nothing they can do about it now. Vessa tries to send it over, intercepted by Russell. Now a race between Peterson and Martinez, and it's going to be up against the boards. DiGiacomo with control, drops it off for Ebner, sends it over to Vessa, and now tries to drop it off for Joey Murphy, interrupted by Martinez. On half-end board, sends it over to Vessa, takes a bump from Tripp Carter. Battle in the corner for control. Still up in the air, and now sent back to Joey Murphy as we approach the minutes left in the period. Sent across into Lock Monsters territory. And now it's going to be Joey Murphy. He decides to dump. Parlanti takes control, as both teams will get a change. And we'll send it over to McLaren. It will decide to hit it off the boards, and Hankinson goes out to play. And it'll be dropped off to Ebner. And couldn't connect on a pass. Ayers chases it down. And not too much worry about Caruso chasing her down. They'll send it across over to Parlanti. He holds up and nearly gave it away to Caruso. Caruso gets it anyway with some help from Frost. Button hooks off the post. And Amachikas with control. We'll see what he decides to do in the final seconds. He decides to chip in. Hankinson deciding what to do, decides to chip around. Do they have enough time for a shot? Caruso tries to get around. No time for a shot. That's the first. Interesting first period. And it ends up being 1-1. We're just about ready for a second period. And it's still up in the air for control, and it ends up going to the Lock Monsters. Kevin Frost will carry it across and now decides to dump around the boards. Shaben is going to get there and now clears it over to Ayers. And now tries to send it over to Coyne. He drops it off for Ayers. Glove down, but it's offside. A lucky break for the Street Force as they are forced to go back. Here's Ryan Coyne. Looks for a shot. And that one goes wide. And now it's going to be Greg Wallace. Oh man, where did that come from? Man goes down. And Coyne with control trying to shake off Keith Meister. And now Wallawender is joining in. It will be sent around to the other corner. Caruso tried to get control, but it's sent back in by Ayers. Along the boards. Back over to Ayers. Now tries to send it up the slot and intercepted. Wallawender gives it over to Frost. Our crossover to Caruso. Has to deal with Ayers. Driven to the outside, looking for a shot. Saved by Swafford. And Caruso attempted to send it up and he'll try to clear it out, unable to. Here's Frost. That one driven wide. He'll be going around the boards. Amachikas sends it over to Ayers. And now we'll return it over to Amachikas and he'll decide to dump it in and they'll get a change. Frost decides to send it over to McDougal and Ayers goes down to retrieve and sends it and blocked by Martinez. Ayers took a little slash but the hand stayed down. And McDougal with a shot. And I'm not sure if that hit the post over, but that was just his stick. And the Lockmonsters drop it off to Ebner. And a great save by Jeremy Swafford.
Point!
Sends it back. Intended that one for McDougal, but the pass is off.
Get it out!
And drops over to Shaven, and he will clear it out. And now the Lockmonsters decide to chip it back. Ayers waits for the reset. It says over to Shaven. He looks for a long shot and ends up getting the shoulder pad of Hankinson.
All day long, they rip it off.
Now Russell having to deal with Wallenwinder, sticked away by Hankinson. Wallenwinder holding on. Now tries to send it up, but a little too far, and McLaren takes control. And now tries to reset, catches them in the middle of a change. He's looking for an opportunity. That went wide, and the Lockmonsters survive. Here's Giacomo looking for a way around Parlanti. Loses control, sent back, and Murphy has no choice but to send it back. And now Parlanti will send it in. Peterson with control. Ebner looking for an option and decides to send it over to Terry Smith, and he'll decide to dump it and go for a line change. Parlanti into the corners, now decides to send it behind the net. And he'll air it out, but this is going to be an icing, I believe. Yes, it will be.
Good job, Greg. Hold on, we got Greg. One, you got enough guys? He's supposed to. 2, 3, 4, 4. Bring it, go.
Lockmonsters win this face-off. Best with the backhand, and goes into the glove of Swafford.
Point on the drop, Trip. Go to the point on the drop. This guy in the white helmet, right here.
All right, let's swing next. I'll sit. Right here, I'll swing. I got third.
And Parlanti with control tries to clear it out and ends up giving it away. Still back and forth on control. Sends it over and it manages to get to Trip Carter, and he'll one-hand it over. And Hankinson decides to play it over to Peterson and has to go behind the net, runs into Trip Carter, and now a physical battle.
Good hustle. Good hustle.
And some good forechecking there. And he'll go around to Joey Murphy, but he has to deal with some defense of his own. And now it's going to be into Giacomo. He has one goal for this game. Sends it across the Vesta. Shot! And that may have gotten the face mask. He tries again, but that goes into the opposite corner. Giacomo trying to find a way around. Goes to Murphy. Shot blocked by Parlanti. Another attempt. That goes wide. And now tie up between Murphy and McLaren. Murphy goes behind the net. Attempts a wrap around, and Parlanti takes it away. And now Murphy on top of him and sends it over to McLaren. And he'll air it out right towards me. And it stays in play, racing it down his coin. And tries to get something going here. Drops it off for Shaven, and that goes wide. And Machikas attempting a rebound. And Shaven can't control it. Has to race. Wallenwinder looking for one. And he doesn't get a shot off. Ends up getting sticked away by Swafford. Off the stick of Caruso. And there ended up being offside. They have no choice but to dump.
Stay.
Hankinson will drop it off to Frost. And looking around is Greg Shepard. And I'll send it over to Grayson Bell. Shot! Oh, I think that may have just missed the glove of Swafford. Caruso trying to get around Shaven. Can't get a clean shot off. Has to go to the point. Wallenwinder. And sends it in off the end boards. And a close-up shot and a save by Swafford. And did he? Yep, he kept the stick down.
Offside.
And that's going to go out of play. And we'll see if it goes into the Lockmonsters territory. I think it will be.
Hey guys, keep talking, boys. Keep talking.
Yeah, the forechecking has been standing out in these first two periods as we are past the halfway point. Martinez tries to get through, but stick down by Caruso. Now a race. And wow!
It was on ball!
What a collision and a penalty.
He got the ball. That's ball first.
Wow, that was brutal.
Good play, Don. Good play, boy. Good play.
And
Good play, baby. Good play.
Hey, if there's a good penalty to take, that's a good penalty. Shake it.
Oh, who's out there? Who's out there? Go ahead.
If there's a good penalty to take, that's a good penalty.
so it's going to be Shaven in the box. And this may be going for a slide.
Good play, Don. Good play, bud. You got ball first. That was cool, man. Jump it!
Frost sends it across to Peterson. Return pass to Frost.
Greg!
Looks for a shot and tried a one-timer, but couldn't get a clean shot off.
Nice. Good job, Ryan.
And it's going to be sent down the floor. That was
back,
a
Greg.
quality
Stay,
opportunity, but it just
Play the
didn't
box.
get on his
Tell
stick
Chris
cleanly.
to chase, Greg. Chris, you chase!
Caruso gets around Martinez. Has to deal with Ayers. Gets through another man, but can't get enough control to make a shot. Goes into the corner. And sent to
Chase that.
the point. And a good job by Martinez. And a penalty coming up.
Easy, Christian.
And they're still battling.
Christian, good job. Way to go.
Hey, that's also good hustle.
Way to force that, baby. Way to force that, Christian.
It's also good hustle.
Nice job. Way to go.
And we are going 4-on-4.
Nice. Now we're even. 4-4. Up.
That's going to be Paul Peterson in the box for slashing, and we're going 4-on-4 for a minute 12.
Yep.
So a lot more room to work with. And glove down, but was that offside? Pelka said it was not offside. I thought it was. And it's going to be down to
I was first.
Parlanti.
Hey, we got check.
They'll decide to send it up.
Showed up.
And Wallowender sends it over to Machikas. And there's a great save by Hankinson. That was a bad turnover. And McDougal's going to send it down and stick over to McLaren. With 30 seconds left on the Street Force penalty.
Read him, Mac!
Sends it over. So we'll just walk it up, chips over around Meister. Now battle for control, gives it away.
Run, Alex, help back. Give him something
And
now.
Parlanti holds on, waiting for him to reset as they are getting set for the power play. 10 seconds left. Parlanti decides to shoot, and a stick save by Hankinson. Gives it away again. And into the corner as Shaven's out of the box. They are now on the power play. Shaven, oh, can't control it. But McLaren recovers. Sends it back over to Shaven. Shot, yes, wide. And Frost trying to clear. Second time's a charm. And that one will go all the way down the floor. Parlanti sends it over to Ayers. She decides to jump with approximately 15 seconds left on the Lockmonsters penalty. And he clears it out. Ayers has to race it down. One man on her, and that's Terry Smith. Now has to send it behind the net. And the Lockmonsters penalty is over. Back to full strength. Shot from Trip Carter and a save by Hankinson. And nearly intercepted. In fact, it is intercepted. And they get a crossover to Vesa. And Viverito finally joining in the game. As I mentioned at the top, keep an eye on him. Here's a shot that goes wide. Shot coming from Vesa. Ayers sends it back over to Murphy, blocked by Coyne. And knocked away. And Trip Carter gets it across to Viverito, but sticked away. Good job on defense. And was that an offside? They're saying no.
That wasn't off.
And into the corner, Shaban has to shake off Ben Vessa. It sends it over, and it's going to be Ebner looking for a shot. Oh, and tried to look for a one-timer there. Vessa looking for another one-timer. That's trickling, and Swafford covers. Less than 3 remaining in the second period.
They're going shaking your shit.
It's all good. Get it next time.
Terrible. Terrible.
You're going to get 20 minutes.
This is a cluster.
Into the corner. And Parlanti will decide to send it over to Wallace, but intercepted by Frost. Caruso leaves it for him. Frost takes the shot, and that goes wide. Bell trying to fight for control. Look for one. Good stop by Parlanti. And back over to Viverito. And sticked away. Trying to recover as McLaren has to deal with Caruso. Battle for control. He gets some help from Wallace. And it's going to be sent over to Kevin Frost, intercepted by Chris Martinez. Minute 45 remaining. Intended that one for Viverito. And sticked away by Meister. Caruso with control. Joining in the rush is Grayson Bell. And gets tied up by Parlanti, and the Lock Monsters are offside. Bell with a shot, and that one ends up going just to the outside of the net, but sticked away by Swafford. Trying to center that one up, intercepted by Parlanti. Will send it off the corner. Caruso with control.
On the opposite side, you got it.
Looks for a shot, saved by Swafford.
Who's 33?
And where is that ball? It's going behind the net.
Come on, Greg, move your feet,
Caruso
bud.
has to deal with Chris Martinez. Another physical battle in the corner.
Greg, stay up here, Greg.
And Caruso tried a shot, but ended up getting sticked away. Chris Martinez with control. With 45 seconds remaining. Now decides to chip in. Has to deal with Mollewender. Lost control. Can he recover? No, he can't. And Caruso tripped up on his own. And Viverito holds on. Now chips it in over to McLaren. And interrupting the play is Kevin Frost, but it goes over to Wallace. 20 seconds remaining. Looks for a one-timer, and that one is stopped by Hankinson. Joey Murphy going to the outside.
Good D, good D.
And driven out by Ayers. And where is that ball at? It is covered, and there's going to be no more time left for a face-off. So, good forechecking on both sides of this period, and we are still at a 1-1 tie.
We're playing with it way too much in this neutral zone. We're getting. Greg, you're at the center.
Double up. So Justin, your next center. Second line is you, Christian, me, Alex, Matt, Christian. Right? No. Yeah. All right, back to Justin, me. This line. And Christian, Trip. Mac, Justin, and me. You three are line. Okay. You guys third line, second line, here we go. Doesn't work, we'll switch it.
Third period just about set. The defense has been good for both of these teams. Good forechecking and good plays in front of the net.
So I got Brandon, Mac, you got Dusty.
Off we go in third period. Ayers immediately send it out of play and is going to go back into Street Force territory.
I know what Tony said.
And Coyne wins the draw, and Ayers has to go back into her own corner and looking to fight off Terry Smith, but he's going to kick it around, and It's going to be Shepard fighting off, I think that's Joey Murphy.
Move!
And we'll send it up to, intended for Shaban, but it's going to be sent right back. And back to his own goaltender. And Ayers sending it back. And Coyne tries to get it. And is it offside? Yep, they're calling offside. Getting some close calls here. And it's going to be sent back over to Swafford.
Move!
Ayers holding on, and we'll send it along the boards over to Russell, but gives it away to Ebner. And trying to get a deflection, but it ends up going wide. And another block by Ayers. Where's it going? Behind the net. Sending it back to the point, and back over to Ebner. Shot just goes wide. Now decide to carry behind the net, looking for a wraparound, can't get the shot off. And Shaban tries to clear, and kept in by Peterson. And it will be still kept in, and a long shot. And Swafford decides to slow the play down.
All right, guys, that sucked. Holy cow.
Off the draw, looking for a quick one here, but it's blocked, and Swafford dives for it. Back to Frost, quick shot, and a save by Swafford. It tries to clear, but Wallabender is going to keep it in. Holds up in a shot, now decides to pass along the boards over to Vessa. Vessa, thinking about it, now decides to go around the boards. And about on the corner between DiGiacomo, and he decides to go back to the point. Tries to cut into the slot, decides to pass back to Frost. And decides to dump it into the corner. DiGiacomo trying to clear it out, but Shaban is going to send it around. And Frost attempts to get it back in. He finally does, and a clearing attempt failed by Shaban. Tries to get over Palante, but he has to hold on himself. And now the Street Force stuck in neutral now, as they are sent back. And Meister attempted to center it up for DiGiacomo, but intercepted by Parlanti. And rushing in, and a shot saved by Swafford, right by him, and he's going to sit on it. The Street Force stuck in neutral right now.
Watch your language on camera.
And a quick shot, and saved by Swafford. He's at least keeping this alive. And now they're trying to look for these quick shots, but Ayers is going to attempt to clear. She does, but is it going to make the link with the floor? Yes. That was a very slow ice. You hear the Street Force considering their timeout, but they decide not to call it. And a backhand and another save by Swafford. The Lock Monsters are just getting quick shots off the face-off. And try to get one over to Caruso. He has to hold on. Button hooks. Now decides on a wide angle shot, and it goes into the corner. Trip Carter holds up and finally clears it for the Street Force. Now a race between Peterson and the Machikas. Peterson sends it around over to Ebner. They reset for another attack.
Right beside you left.
And Sends it over to Grayson Bell. And now rushing in, gets around Ayers. Tries to send it in close. Can't quite get to the net. Ayers sends it around the boards. And centers it up and just missed it wide. Martinez holding on. Both these teams still looking to break that tie. Takes a bump from Caruso. Sends it back, and another wide angle shot goes wide. Ayers takes it behind her own net and has to chip it off the boards, but ends up getting away. Oh, he had a close-up shot, can't get it off. He buries it, score! The Lockmonsters finally break the tie.
Go, let's get it back. Come on, get it back right now. Let's go.
91-26.
So Ebner gets the goal, and that sits around the boards, and Hankinson drops it off for Frost. This is just a consistent attack from the Lockmonsters, and has finally broken through. And intended that one for Meister, but Shaban is going to get there and send it over to Shepard. And nearly gave it away, but sends it over to Ayers. And now, glove down by Frost. Has to go into the half-hand boards. Shot just goes wide.
Go, Rusty, go. Turn, go. Get time. Look.
Street Force giving directions. Russell can't get control, and the Street Force resets. And it's going to be Shaban looking to reset for another attack, and we'll send it around, but Terry Smith cuts it off, and it ends up going to Ryan Coyne. Can he get to the line? No, he can't.
Offside.
And it's going to be dumped in. Ayers holding on, and she dumps it in. Wallowender will send it up to Terry Smith, has two gray jerseys, and goes off the foot of Powell Pelka, the official. And Vessa, looking for one, went off of someone there, and it goes over to Shaban. He's looking for some help, sends it over to Coyne. And here's Russell, sends it over to Coyne, gets double teamed, still holding on for control though. Coyne sends it back to Shaban, long shot goes wide. Peterson looking for some help and tries to send it over to somebody. He does, and they do get across. And Parlanti rushes it down and looking over and Vessa and Wallace looking for some help and decides to go over to McLaren. Tries to deke around. Hankinson comes out of his net, nearly a high stick, and it goes out of play.
Play again.
As we're approaching 5 minutes remaining in the third period, it's been a very close battle throughout. And the Lockmonsters will take this face off. It's going to be Peterson, send it around the boards to Joey Murphy. And tries to get around Shaban, unable to. He'll take it himself, looking for one. Can't get it through. And tries a shot. And McLaren looks for one shot and a save. And Hankinson holds on as they got a little tied up in front.
Oh, you got a minute. Yeah, well, better than win him now. Better win him now until 220.
And Parlanti with a shot, and now got blocked by somebody. Wallowender tried to clear it out, unable. Wallace sends it across, holding on. Now sends it back to the point to Ayers. Tries a shot. Oh, he tried to deflect that one in, but it went off the leg pad. Up in the air, Caruso tried to glove it down, unable to. And it's going to be a race between Ayers and Caruso. Ayers holding on. And Caruso staying on top of her, but she reverses and sends it over to McLaren. Approaching the 3.5 mark. Frost attempts a shot, saved by Swafford. And it'll be back into Lock Monsters territory. Frost with control. Tries to clear, unable. Amachikas attempts a shot, goes high. Rebound. Oh, and then that goes into the corner. Parlanti calls for the shot, and it's blocked. Into the corner, and it's going to be sent across to Viverito. He's hardly had any action in this game. Looks for a shot. Oh, he's just about faked it, and that's going to be iced.
Well done, Greg.
And a timeout has been called by the Lock Monsters. As they see, they're stuck on defense, holding on to a 1-goal lead. And I'm sure the Street Force are going to take advantage of this timeout as well. So it's been a very close game. Good defense on both sides. The goals for the Street Force comes from Donald Shaban. The goals for the Lock Monsters have been DeGiacomo and Kevin Ebner.
Daniel, how much time?
2:53.
I'll be about to a minute. I'm not going to keep track of clock, so just yell.
Justin, go for it. Trick, come on, speed. Justin, come on. No, trick. Come on, trick.
And this face-off is going to stay inside Lock Monsters territory. You can only imagine what the Street Force is planning right now, because we are now at a stop clock. And right now, Swafford is still in his net, but it's...
guys, move it around, pop it up. We're going to score. We're going to score. Minute 30, it's not.
Off the face off. Come
You
on.
tell him, Greg.
looking for a quick one, and Hankinson was...
What?
Hey, 253.
Clock stops all the time. We're good. Hey, time it out. 253? No? 248. Oh, wow.
And Hankinson was not ready for it.
Just don't start it right away. Just don't start it right away. Hold on.
Yeah, left 5
Give it 3
seconds.
seconds before you start it.
5.
Oh, something. Just wait 5 seconds. Yeah. We got it, Jeremy. Next
I'll reset it. Okay.
That works. That works too. Let's go, boys. Anything.
So now we start again. Here's a quick shot. Goes wide, and Hankinson, look at the cover.
No, you got it. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
forget that thing. Do that thing more important. Camera's not important in the game.
Keep shooting. Keep shooting.
He needs some help back here. Where's the boy to help us?
Hey, Dad, get one on that, buddy.
Can we help you? Anthony, this one.
And looking for some help here. Shaban gets tied up and goes into the boards. The Lock Monsters wanting a call. There's some physical play getting tied up along the boards. Intended that one for McLaren, but instead it'll go to Amachikas. There's a shot. That goes wide. And try to clear, unable. Shaban tries a shot, goes up in the air. Back to Shaban. And try to get something going here. Back over to McLaren, slid. And it's going to be DiGiacomo. Has to get around McLaren, holding on now. Approaching 2 minutes left in regulation. DiGiacomo will take it behind his own net.
Get him, help him out, help him
Has to shake off McLaren. And McLaren now bringing in physical play, trying to knock him off the ball. And it looks like he is just killing the clock now.
Help him out, somebody,
And now, and a penalty coming up. And it's going to be a holding call. It's going to be against Chris Martinez for a hold.
I'm not trying to. He kept moving. He's like going. He was going in my arm.
So the task of getting that 1 goal has just become harder.
No, that's fine. I know crying helps.
And Parlanti trying to clear it out. Goes over to Viverito and a breakaway. Maybe this is their chance, but Hankinson comes out to play. And another penalty coming up. But this one is going to go against the Lock Monster now, and Parlanti is fuming.
Nice. Interference. Yeah, good job.
I'm not calling it interference, they're calling it high sticks.
Drive, go, come on.
So the task is not that bleak now. It's 4-on-4, and it's to Giacomo to the box.
Go, Jeremy. 5-on-4.
And they have decided to pull Swafford, and the shot goes wide. Going around the boards. Ebner trying to clear, but interrupted. Set it up for Coyne, unable. Caruso has an empty net, and he is going to get an easy goal here. Oh, you remain in the box. It's 4-on-4.
Oh, actually,
It's 4-on-4.
Right. 2600. Which one do I listen to?
And so, whoa, look at that. And another penalty. Wow. And another penalty against the Street Force.
How many times did that us game today? Good job, Wade.
So now it is 4-on-3.
Nothing.
Wow, nothing going right in the third period.
Now on, look where you stick. You tell me. It said look in the air, let go flying. That's when I call up over it. All day long, I hack the crap out of it.
And with 1 minute remaining, I don't know what the Street Force are going to do now as they race to the corner, and it's going to be sent around the boards. Wallowender gets there first. Ryan to get something going here. And a shot saved by Hankinson as the clock now winds down to 44.9.
Come on, quick goal, man. Here we go, quick goal. Come on, do this, quick goal, come on.
I did a normal stick.
And Parlanti with control. Sends it along the boards. Nobody there to retrieve it. Wallowender sends it around.
You know, it's like fucking.
And intended that one for Crusoe. It's going to be an ice.
Very questionable call.
Now, that's us, look where it sticks.
Fucking hockey, not t-ball. Hold on to your goddamn stick.
And off. And it's going to be Parlanti. Shot. Didn't get all of that.
That penalty, you dropped the stick.
And with 20 seconds remaining, unless something miraculous happens, this game's going to go to the Lock Monsters. Peterson holding on, 15 seconds remaining. And he's just going to send it across to Meister. And the close-up shot. And makes another one. And he holds on. 5.8 remaining in the third. This game about to be over, as the Lock Monsters will continue to hold on to that undefeated record and will go to 3-0. And McDougal's just going to let that clock wind down with one last shot, and the game is over. So, good game from both these teams. Some good defense, but things just started falling apart near the end. So the Lock Monsters go up to 3-0, and the Street Force will get their first loss of the season. We'll get back with a wrap-up. Well, the X factor in this game was forechecking. There was a lot of it in this game for both sides, both Street Force and Lock Monsters. Lasted until the end, but ultimately, Lock Monsters just a little bit too much. Though it did last until the end, which says a lot for Street Force, seeing that they had a terrible season last year, but it has really improved, and at least they're starting the season on the right foot. Or we're going to be off for 2 weeks since we're going to be off for Easter. So from the XL Sports World, I'm Daniel Wilson. We'll see you next time around. The RSHL is supported by AllBlackHockeySticks.com. The stick of choice for many players of the RSHL is a very light and durable stick for only $89. AllBlackHockeySticks.com.